welcome to part 4, and this is going to be teaching you how to do some roads. So there are two ways of doing roads. There is, you can place them down as objects, which would be good for like straight lines, cities and everything, or you can do it as a line and it will automatically put the roads down, which would be good for like the highways going around the outskirts of the map. Personally, I tend to use polylines for long roads going through long distances, and I only use the objects for cities and everything. Because when you paint the lines down, if you were to do a right angle, it kind of does the line of best fit, so it kind of curves around where you drew. So the more points you do, is kind of like a pen tool. The more points you do, the smoother your line will be and easier to actually edit on the satellite image as well. So I'll just teach you about that now, how to do the polyline one, as that's probably the easiest one to do. Well, you have your roadslib.cfg in your data, then roads folder. And if I was to open that up, I have all these IDs for roads. These are all standard Arma 3 roads. I can put modded ones in. I can put Lakeside's E76 roads in there if I wanted. It's just a matter of copy and pasting and changing the IDs. But how it works is, you paint down the line, and you put the specific ID of the road you want it to put there. So we're just going to use road 1, ID 1, and it will put the road tarmac, so main road, it will put the main road down. You can also change your width of the road, but I'm not really going to do that for the sake of the tutorial. I'm just going to put the polyline down and teach you how to actually get the roads in game. Right, so that's the roadslib.cfg. I know what road I want to use. I want to use ID 1. So how you do it is you go to Shapes and Polyline. You have your tool now, and you just click for the points. You can curve it around, do whatever you want, and you double click your last one, just like that, and it will place it down. If you can't see your shape there, there's a View Shapes button here, so that's probably why. And also, I suggest making a new layer here, so it's just organized. So I did it on my roads layer. You can just hit this button here and make a new layer to do that. You don't have to, but it just makes it more organized. So now that that is done, you need to actually assign it an ID. So if you right click on it and you go to database properties, new ID, and you can make it an integer. I'm going to use ID 1 as I said and hit OK. So now you've got the ID assigned. If you want to, you can make more rows of different IDs. If you want to attach them, there's a quick way to do that, quick and easy way. So I'm just going to do a road here, and I'm going to do a sharp turn like this, a sharp V turn, just to demonstrate how it actually looks in game. Now, in order to get these to join up, you need to hit the magnetic tool, and these will snap together. I think I just disabled it there. Yeah, now it's enabled. So it should snap automatically onto the other vertice, or the other point. So when points are selected, they're green. So you're going to make sure the endpoints are selected. Go on both of them now, so you just control and then click the pink of the other one, the other line. Right click and hit join, and now they're together. And it should inherit the same ID as the one that you joined it to if it had no ID in it previously. So now that that's done, we need to actually get Bulldozer to read it. So it reads it as a physical shape file, and to get that shape file you just need to export it. So we'll make sure it's selected. We're on our roads layer, export shapes current layer, and we'll export it to data, roads, and then roads.shp, so exactly where the roadslib.cfg is. Yeah, just make sure when you export it, if you selected the layer and you have all the roads on that layer, just make sure you select current layer, so it will do everything on that layer. But if you put other polylines in there or other polygons on there, it will export those as well, so never put anything you don't want on your roads layer, because it will mess it up. So that's that. But to actually get Bulldozer to read it, Arma 3 already has a script installed. It's in the config, I think. It tells it to view the shapefile, but in Bulldozer it doesn't have that, so you need to create a new folder in your P drive called scripts. In there you have an editor.sqs, so you just create a new text document, change the end to sqs, make sure it's exactly like this, and I will put the script in the description. I'll put the text in there. So that's the actual everything here you need to put into your editor.sqs. Make sure it's exactly like this. So to activate the script when you're in Bulldozer, right now the key is 55. That key is the one above numpad 9. It's that star key, that little star hash key. So we can just test that script out. Oh, also, make sure when you're in a script, you need to put the path to your shape file, so your roads. So it will automatically read your roads.shp. That's what it's designed to do. So you don't actually put roads.shp, just put the path to where it is. So now that we've got that exported, we've got the script ready, I'm gonna quickly click on Bulldozer and we can see that in game. Oh, and actually, yeah, we're in Bulldozer now, but before I actually activate the script, I want to show you what object roads are like. So I have my modded roads over here from E76. If I go to, I'll just pick 4-lane road, and I press V. Now, it's like normal objects, you can press C to copy them, scale them, and everything. There's all sorts of roads, there's crosswalks, curvy roads, right only, stop signs, and all of that stuff with these modded roads. And yeah, you can just place them down. This is good for straight lines, as these don't go in straight lines, they curve around the polyline you drew. So if I was to activate this now, I press that star key, I have my road here. So this is my road. Let's go to where that sharp V-turn is. As you can see, it doesn't really do that sharp of a turn. It's not like an instant turn, should I say. If it was a right angle, that would be a better demonstration. Because what it would do is it would just do a gradual curve over there. It wouldn't do an exact right angle, which is why the objects are best to use if you're doing straight roads like in a city. But yeah, this is the polyline roads. This is a standard Altus road, I think, which just goes through the main city of Kavana. But yeah, that's the script activated, and you can see it in game. If you haven't noticed, in the distance, the road has some kind of render distance, and to actually see it, so basically to stop it from rendering in like that, so you can actually see it before it renders in, you're going to need to have it painted down on the satellite image. So you would need to go in game, take some kind of screenshot, line the roads up somehow, and then you need to paint it on. I'll show you an example of some other map I did. So let me just go to, this is a basic map. I think this is my lakeside sat image, but here is the basic map. Is that PNG? Yeah. And I have the roads kind of drawn out, so while it's not rendered, it's going to render the satellite image's picture, which looks like a road, so it doesn't look as bad. Lakeside has this as well. It generally just looks a bit nicer than having a road come out of thin air. Yeah. And one annoying thing is, while the script's activated, if you're doing object roads, it kind of gets a bit tedious. So when I try to move this, you can't see it until you press that key again, and it will kind of like refresh it, if you know what I mean. So it can get kind of annoying. If you are doing these kind of roads, object roads, and you're not doing anything to the polyline roads, I would just recommend restarting Bulldozer and not activating the script, because it can get really annoying if you have the script activated and you do object roads. Well, that's about it for the roads. The only thing you need to make sure, this is already done, but if I go into the config of the source files, so jf_tutorial island config.cpp, okay, I'm gonna just search roads. You need it to have a new road shape, so you need to define the road shape and where it's located and what it's called. So I have it as new road shape, JF tutorial island data roads and roads.shp. That's how the game will read it. Pretty sure there's a yeah, that's it. That's it for the config. That's all you need to get it to view in game. So that's about it for this part. I'll see you in the next part, and in that I'll be teaching you how to do some more things like place trees down in big areas, change a satellite image and masks to do airports and stuff like that. Generally just some more skills and tricks that can be very helpful when you're placing objects down and editing your terrain. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next part.